Thanks. And then Zainab James, she's going to be giving us the rundown on using Every Door Direct Mail. As I mentioned before, she is a local food ambassador, kind of working with us to help people get to know local farms. And in her previous life, she used to work at the post office. So along with being on the National Guard and doing all sorts of other really cool dietitian things that she is currently in school for, she is a very skilled and knowledgeable woman who has a lot to share with us. So I'm going to shut my mouth and let her take over. So Zainab, you want to go ahead and start us off?
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Zainab James, and I am one of 2 local food ambassadors in the Northeast corner. And tonight I'll be teaching you how to increase your business presence using Every Door Direct Mail. All right. What is Every Door Direct Mail service? Has anyone ever heard about this service, utilized this service before? No? All right. Well, Every Door Direct Mail is a service provided by the United States Postal Service that allows you to target specific mail carrier routes and send a mail piece, also called a flat mailer, to every residential household along the route. You don't need to have addresses, names, contact information, or any of that. The UPS will just deliver your mail to whatever route it is that you select. All right, so you're probably wondering why this is valuable to you. And honestly, I'm prepared to tell you why, of course, and how this can be beneficial to you. Okay, as a local business, obviously, the task of getting your message out there can seem overwhelming. EDDM, as it's also known, Every Door Direct Mail, is a very cost-effective way to market locally. This program offers the option of mailing to either residences on a carrier route or both residences and businesses along a route. This means that if you want to send direct mail to either just consumers or both to consumers and businesses, it's a solution that can work for you. Thanks. All right. So now we're going to talk about some steps for success. All right, first off, we're going to have you find a print shop. There may be a local print shop in your area, and this will be very vital in coordinating your campaign. Finding the right print service is important so that you can get quality results and a service that you deserve. A local printing company will usually offer faster problem resolution and you will also be supporting your local community at the same time. You'll be able to access them alongside of them to create your designs. You'll also be able to see proof of, what your final design may look like at the end and be able to verify even the smallest of details. So building that relationship with a print shop will take a lot of work, back-end work off of you and ensure that your campaign is ready in all aspects. All right. Next, you want to design your mail piece. We'll get into designing the mail piece a little more in the next slide. But next up, we do have your routes. So you do have the ability to select your routes and also customize these based on your budget. Right. So here are some best practices to help you create a killer EDDM campaign. As I mentioned before, it's very important for the presentation of your design. And here are some tips that really are going to be instrumental in getting the most bang for your buck in terms of your campaign. First, you're going to want to use a large mailer format. The large mailer format automatically sets you apart from the crowd Basically, you want to go big or go home. You want your customer to notice your mail piece once it arrives in your mailbox. Next. You would also want to use a special stock or a finishing effect. They said all that glitters isn't gold, but in this case it is. The shinier the item piece, the more attractive it is to the consumer when they visit their mailbox. You want to, have something that's probably high gloss. Maybe it has a texture effect, foil stamping, any kind of embossment are great ways to make your piece unique and eye-catching. These kind of features help create the sensory experience that makes direct mail so powerful. All right. Make sure your headline is large and demands attention. EDDM gets the message to everyone, but you only have a few seconds to grab their attention, so make it count. You want your headline to be compelling and entice people to keep reading and interacting with your mailer. All right. So here we have an example, in the picture, the graphic right here, you want the words to pop out. You can include an inviting picture and what it is that you really want to convey to your consumer, why it is that they should continue to read the information that you have sent to their mailbox. All right. So as I just said, you want to use great photos or illustrations. So less really is more when it comes to getting and keeping the attention of your prospects. Infographics, photos, and big, crisp graphics will help your piece stand out. These are more engaging than cluttering up your direct mail piece with long waterfalls of text, which potential customers are less likely to read. Thanks. Make the mailer attractive. Adding elements that engage the customer is a great way to make an impression. Custom features like scratch-offs are a great way to reveal offers and giveaways. Or you can use QR codes, especially in the consumer environment we are in now with not post-COVID yet, but pandemic, there's a lot of ways to access your ideal customer base online. And even though we're using the local mail, this is a great opportunity to use that as a platform to send your customer to wherever you need them to go, like a QR code or a website, a scratch off, something that's going to return the customer to you at the end of the day. All right, make your call of action easy to follow. Track your EDDM success. So it's important that once you're creating these campaigns and you're sending this information, you've created your design, you're sending this to your potential customer, you want to be able to know that, all right, I initiated the communication with the customer. How is it am I going to know? How do I gauge or measure the response that I've received from my mailings? So you want to make your call of action very easy to follow, whether it's click on this link for, a percentage off or a free gift, or you have a scratch off. You want to have something to gauge how many people interacted with your mail at the end of the day. This may be the single best piece of advice I can give you, honestly, to make sure that your prospect knows what to do next. Do you want them to call you? Would you like them to come in to your store on a specific date, or would you like them to find you online? Make this call of action clear and easy to follow. Using coupon codes, specific phone numbers. These are all different ways that you will be able to track your success, how many people called in a specific period of time. You can also do a time frame, whether it's a Thanksgiving offer, a Christmas offer, a New Year offer, how many people stopped by or how many people signed on, visited your website. This will give visibility into your marketing success and really allow you to fine tune your offerings to your intended market. Okay, choosing your target audience. So once your creation has been designed, the most important part of your direct mail campaign is focusing on where you want to send your campaign. So in this graphic, you will see pictured, this is the EDDM website at USPS.com. This right here is where the USPS's mapping tool comes into play. With this tool, you're able to see specifically which routes are available in the zip codes you want to send to and a rough estimate of how much this is going to cost. All right. Within the mapping tool, you can also select the route and address types. These allow you to narrow down your target audience within the geographical area. So as you can see, you're able to type in, any zip code that is US territory, of course. And once that zip code is typed in, you're able to see the multiple carrier routes available. And there is a refinement tool on your search bar, which allows you to choose different routes and also go further to determine residential, business, the total number of locations on that route, age range of individuals living in that area, the household size, the income level, and the average, and these are averages, and the approximate cost of what it would be to send your mail in that area. Okay. All right, so once you've selected a route, you're also able to see, you do have the option of choosing between the map view and the table view. So pictured here, we do have the table view. As I said, once you've selected your route, you'll be able to see all the information in a table format as well. This graphic includes the percentage of the age range you selected, the median income, the household size, as well as the approximate cost per route. You'll also notice this is broken down into both city and rural areas. If you notice under route, some routes have a C, some routes have a R, and you also do have the PO box addresses as well. This information can be very helpful when considering your target audience and the environment they may live in. All right. Every door direct mail can offer excellent results for businesses of all sizes. It doesn't matter if you're targeting one zip code or an entire county. Every door direct mail is a viable option to consider for your marketing needs. And the best part is that you're able to find a campaign that works for you based on the budget that you have in mind. All right. So now we're going to walk you through this process on the website so you can see it in live time, real time, and you'll be able to, manipulate this at home on your own. All right, so this website is the EDDM mapping tool is located on the USPS.com website. You're able to, if you just type that in, it'll bring you to this page, EDDM USPS, be easy to find. And this is the first page that will show up. So as you can see, the first step here is search for routes. You are able to target any zip code in the United States. Obviously, for your business's success, we will be focusing on northeastern corner of the United States. So here, Becca has typed in 06260. So this is in the Putnam area. As you can see, all the USPS routes here are all highlighted in pink. The light pink, they are light pink until you select a route, and then it becomes a darker shade of pink. And you don't have to commit to a route. You can just run your mouse over the top of the route, and you'll be able to see the entire size of the route. Just saying. All right. So you can go ahead and click. Once you select a route, as you can see, it changed from pink to a light blue. Once the route is selected, your order summary will populate and give you all the table details. You could click on the table, please. Thank you. So this will let you know in that route cluster how many different routes there are and the small details of those routes. So here we have selected one route, and you can see this route has 430 residential addresses, 10 business addresses, and it goes further into breaking down, the age range. You can also click on age, the age drop down, and you can select if you're looking for a specific age group. Maybe you're looking for older customers, younger customers. Right in between, you are able to select the age range, and on that route it will show you the percentage of your target market that is present on that particular route. So that is really helpful. Maybe your products are, you're geared towards newer families. Maybe you're gearing towards more, senior living areas. Everybody has different, idea of their ideal customer. So that's a really great tool that's available on this mapping, on this interactive map provided by the USPS. So just so you're aware, you do not have to select just one route. You can actually check multiple routes if that is something that you're interested in. As you can see, again, they will change to blue once you have selected multiple routes. Again, this will showcase in the table, and you will be able to see on the right-hand side in the order summary, the number of routes that you've selected, the total number of mail pieces that you will eventually end up providing, as well as an approximate cost of how much it will be to deliver. And this doesn't include your print shop expenses. So this is also something that your print shop will take care of, and you'll probably discuss with them. All right. Are there any questions so far?
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Now you went to the UPS.com website. I mean, I've been doing it on split screen. I can't find that link on United States Post Office.com.
You can access it from Google if you want to type in EDDM USPS.
Oh,
or you,
cool. EDDS.
and that's second link, yes.
So EDDM, Every Door Direct Mail,
Right.
USPS. And it usually comes right up, because I personally don't go through the USPS homepage because it's just too crowded. So
Oh, I can tell you right now, it's very difficult to find on the webpage. All right, that makes sense.
Good to know. Good to know.
There it is. Oh, look, there's an ad and everything.
So again, I'm sorry. Did you have another question?
No, it's just that it's coming up as a Tardell. I guess that's not the right one. I got it. I'll find it.
Okay.
Got it. All right, this is good. I can bookmark it now. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's complicated.
Post office for you.
Yeah.
So as I said previously, you're able to punch in any zip code, any anywhere that's US territory, you're able to utilize this tool for and select the routes that you're interested in. It would be very helpful for you to take a chance and browse this website, browse the different routes and play around with the options prior to, speaking with your print shop. So you're able to, get more accurate estimates of what the cost of sending this this campaign out. Also, another suggestion that I have is if it's possible as well to partner with other farms. If there's a common product and you're able to creatively collaborate and place everyone's information on it and get the message across, that is another way to cut costs as well for your marketing campaign. So this is really, EDDM is really an opportunity for you to really creatively express and present your business in front of consumers. When you think about even the pandemic, when people were at home, the mail didn't change. People still received mail. So this is absolutely, as I said, a very not just a cost-effective way of marketing your business, but also a pandemic-proof method of marketing your business. And once you really just get it figured out, get into the swing of it and figure out exactly what you want, there are many different ways to use it. As I mentioned earlier, seasonally, you can offer seasonal offers to your customers. You can switch stuff up. So never feel that you have to maintain the same campaign. If something, you're able to try different things for whatever time period you'd like to, if you want to adjust your campaign, like maybe I want to show them this part, or I want to change a picture or something like that. This is all stuff that you have the power to do. And as I said, really get in front of your consumer and build your personal presence from their homes.
So if I may, Zainab,
sure.
One of the things that Zainab brought up when we were talking about this workshop is just a really great example about like, I think everybody gets like a pizza menu or a Chinese menu in the mail at some point in time. Like those are definitely folks that use the Every Door Direct mailer are those Chinese food and pizza restaurants in this area. So you probably throw those out every single time they come in, or maybe you save it once and put it on your fridge. But even if you do throw it out every single time, you still remember when that time comes when you're like, oh, I could go for some Chinese food. You know who's in your area because they've sent you that piece of mail that you've been exposed to every time. So, even if people don't necessarily read the entire piece of mail front to back, it's still something that is tangible, that they're experiencing, and that they're seeing in their hands, which imprints on them a little bit more than something that just splashes across the page on their computer. So we find that that's really valuable to have that way of just getting into people's homes to expose them a little bit and just help them remember you. And it helps you kind of stand apart from all of the noise of what people are often experiencing advertising on nowadays, which is the internet and computers and TV and things like that. So that was an example that Zainab shared with me that I just thought was bang on. And then also, I just wanted to talk real quick from the printing perspective. It can seem a little daunting, especially with small farm businesses, putting forth a mailer. Like For example, we're in the Rockville area of Vernon right now on the screen, on the shared screen. And we have one route chosen, which has 838 pieces of mail. And you don't have to mail to the businesses. When you talk to your printer, you say you just want to mail to residential, by the way, and they'll just mail to residential if that's what you want. But just with 838 pieces of mail, the postage for that adds up pretty quick, and it's $170. And then you add on top of that the print costs. And for 838 pieces of mail printed by your printer, that could be, depending on how fancy you get, it could be $600, $700, $800, depending on the print shop that you go with. So we definitely encourage you to use a print shop, but shop around, get different bids from different print shops and find the best price for you. And let them know that you're a small business and that you're not going to be ordering thousands upon thousands upon thousands of mailers, because they understand and they want to work with you. So, for that reason, maybe you just want to dabble in something. And again, in the Vernon area, if you wanted to go with a smaller route here, 510. So I didn't choose 261 or 110 because you need a minimum of 250 to do every door direct. So I chose, actually, let's do 360. So 360 still gets us at around 72.20. That's going to cost us for the postage. But you can look over here and see exactly the neighborhood. So if you're familiar with your neighborhoods, you can really utilize this map and say, oh, this is over where the high school is or something, which I don't actually know if that's where the high school is. But if you don't recognize some of these routes and you live nearby, go drive around, see what those neighborhoods are like and get a sense of it, so that you can know, is this the right route that you want to be using? Those are just the little something.
Just piggybacking on you, Becca, as I said, new developments are always happening. If there's an area where young families are moving in, and you want to really build a presence. It's a great opportunity to really target those customer demographics. Especially it's the winter season now, just building your presence for the high months. And as I said, you can get creative. Maybe there's timed coupons you want to send them that closer to the high season that they may have to use in a staggered sense, that would allow you their patronage throughout the entire season. And just it's really an opportunity to be creative and, as I said, collaborate, because we're all in the same business. We're fighting for the same goal to increase the presence in the area. So it's really whatever you make it, and it's worth it. It's definitely worth it.
Are there any other questions or wonderings about general thoughts and ideas?
Well, actually, for just in my search, I do microgreens and some little odds and ends off the farm. It's just businesses, you could definitely hit it really well, because somewhere along the way you're going to get almost every, considering that probably about half the businesses are restaurants. It does work, and it does seem like it could definitely make a mark. Plus, yeah, you definitely see there's something there, that's for sure.
Well, if there are no other questions, I mean, we are actually ending a little bit ahead of time, but I think Zainab and I will both stick around a little bit if there are more questions. But we just want to share, we have one more workshop coming up in this series. It's promoting your farm with social media ads, and that's going to be Thursday, December 2nd. So that's really focusing in on Facebook and Instagram. How do you, as we were talking about before, how do you make it through all that noise that's happening on people's computer screens and phones and everything, and kind of stand out and get the most bang for your buck, because it can be really effective to use those social media ads. If you do it right, you can reach potentially up to 4,000, 5,000 people with just 12 bucks. So another really effective way to reach out to people in a different way. So go ahead and sign up for that if you'd like. I will drop the link to sign up for that in chat. And then also, I was, as usual, going to ask if we can ask you for your insight as to how this event went tonight, what you liked, what you didn't like, if you learned something. So I'm gonna also drop a survey in the chat. Stop sharing so that I can actually do that. So there's the survey. If you'd be willing, it shouldn't take more than 5 minutes, but it would be really helpful for us to understand if we did a good job of presenting the information, but then also so that we can report back to our funders. So we very much appreciate you taking the moment to just fill out that survey real quick. And then again, here's the link to the social media ads workshop. So we definitely look forward to seeing you then. And we are grateful that we got to see you tonight. Yes, Zainab.
I just wanted to add, so if you did visit, well, if you did attend the Canva workshop last time, that design work is also helpful with your EDDM campaign. It's a great starting point, if you want to really explore your own creativity and how you would like to add your personal touch to your design. You can definitely find templates on there that you can, share with your print shop again, because they'll make sure that your mail pieces are appropriate for the Postal Service. And that'll be a great place to possibly, I'm sure, maybe save some money or, really get to have a stronger creative presence in your mail piece. So just for the sake of continuity, as I said, Canva for design work, the EDDM for really building your marketing campaign, and next up, social media ads.
I'm glad you remembered that, because I know we wanted to talk about that. So I just actually dropped the link to that workshop in case you weren't able to attend it last week. It's the last link here, the YouTube link, and that's the Canva workshop, just walking through this free design tool that's online that can help you create Every Door Direct postcard. Just note that there are dimension rules that you have to follow when using Every Door Direct. So I believe that it has to be 10 inches or 9.5 by 11, I think is the minimum size, I think. But your print shop will definitely know and can help you with making sure that you have the right dimensions as well. Well, if there's no other thoughts or comments, we appreciate you taking your time to